Hey, welcome everybody to Bobby Fitzgerald Golf. Thanks for coming back and seeing me again. If you like the content and I'm entertaining enough, hit that subscribe button and come back and see me again because we're going to be doing this for a long time. Um, the golf course I normally go to doesn't allow videoing because they have pros that have YouTube channels and that type of thing. So I got to find another golf course to go to where I can put this out on the golf course. You can see the ball roll out. But we really don't have to do that to get the idea here. And so we're going to show you how to pitch the ball better so that you can get more pars, more free beers at the 19th hole, and maybe win a $5 Nassau. So, and hopefully shoot some of your best scores. Because pitching and chipping the ball can save you so many strokes. You get on that green sooner, you have those putts for pars, and at the very least you don't get 7s and 8s anymore. And it's not that difficult. So, with that being said, let's dig into this. If you saw my chipping video, you'll know that what we're doing is letting that club head swing into that ball and do the work. We're not trying to muscle it. And the same thing with pitching. You can't go like this and think you're going to get away with it. You can't hit it too hard because if you're hitting a pitcher wedge, this is designed to go 110 yards. Well, if you're young and fast, it might be designed to go 140 yards. But that's a whole different question for another day. So the reason that the professionals do so well is they know their yardages. So when they have a pitch shot, they're not going out to it not having practiced and know if I come up to my pocket high, I know that's going to go 50 yards. If I come up middle of waist, I know it's going to be 80 yards. If I come up to my shoulder, I know that's going to be 100 yards. So when you go out to hit a bucket of balls, don't always just grab that driver. You know, it's a lot of fun. Boom, you hit that thing out there 280, 270, whatever it is, 250. But if you want to score well, you can get on that fairway a lot of times. You might slice it into the woods once in a while, but I'm just saying, to score in this game, you got to get up and down, and even for farther out than 50. But today we're talking about pitching. So with a pitch, you're not trying to hit a full shot. You don't have to go back here like some people will do. You know, they'll try to hit it 50 yards, and they'll take their regular stance, and they'll take it back too far. But your body's very smart. When you're looking at 50 yards, your brain knows it. It knows what you're trying to do. You're trying to get to that point. And so if you go back too far, it knows that's too far to hit the ball that far. So a lot of people, you'll see this. I'm sure you have seen it. They'll go to hit the ball, and then they start decelerating. And they don't go anywhere. So now instead of a 50-yard pitch, they have a 40-yard pitch. So you just need to learn your distances. How far do you hit this? How far do you hit this? How far do you hit this? And when you know that, and you've done enough practice at the range, put away those drivers for a while. Put away those long irons for a while, those hybrids. Practice with your pitching wedge. Practice with your 56-degree wedge. Practice with your approach wedge or your gap wedge, 52 degrees. And learn, what do I hit each one of those? Because your pitching wedge, you might go here and hit it 40 yards. But if you do that with your gap wedge, you know, you might only go 25 yards. And when you know that, and you have a shot left, and you've done it enough and you're comfortable, you're going to score a lot better. So what we want to do is we're not hitting a full shot. So we don't need our feet farther apart, you know, bring it way inside. You bring it a little inside because you follow the arc of your shoulders. So pardon my hay fever. This is bad for me. But I'm not giving up. I'm a fighter, just like you. We're going to work on this. So you can have for 50 yards, you can have a fairly narrow stance. You can have it a little open because you can push that a little bit off to the right, which is what you'll see most pros do. You'll see their feet are aimed a little left. So you take a regular grip, narrow stance, You want about 55 to 60% over here because you're coming down with a descending blow with your hands ahead of that ball so that you hit the ball on this face. A lot of people have it too far back here, and as they come into it, they hit this leading edge here, and the ball just rolls. It never gets in the air. I'm sure you've experienced that. We all have. I don't care how good we are. We've all bladed the ball. So, you want to have your weight a little more forward. If you play with a stack and tilt method, you're already going to do that. But your average person doesn't, which is sad. But so, you have your weight, you have your ball pretty much a little forward of middle, hands ahead, and then don't try to control. Let go of the control to get control. Don't try to force it. Don't try to overswing. Kind of let the club. This club is heavy. Pitching wedge is heavy. Boom, gravity. You gotta love gravity, don't you? Boom. So your hands are ahead of the ball. "35, 40 yards. It's not a long shot, so you don't have to act like it is. You don't have to go here and then say, oh, dang, I'm going to hit it too far, and then all kinds of problems happen. Just let your body just work, take it back, let the weight of this club come with you, because the club head will do the work. You don't have to put any extra real force in it. Just watch this go. You go to the range and you practice that, and you know what goes 45 yards, 50 yards. You're going to get a lot more pars. You're going to be so happy. You'll be going to the driving range practicing it all the time rather than picking up that driver all the time. Do you have to practice a driver? Of course you do. This is where you're going to make up strokes. This is where you're going to beat your friends. This is where you're going to win beer. You're going to win $5, $10, whatever you play for. This is fun. Go out there and enjoy this game. You know how you enjoy this game? Enjoy it by scoring better. And you're going to do it with people who don't do it as well as you. It's not that difficult. It just takes a little more practice. So let's have a lot of fun with this. Weight ahead. Let your body come with it. Don't try to force it. If you force it, you are in all kinds of trouble. You don't want all kinds of trouble. You want to get on that green. Make those pars. If you don't make pars, at least eliminate double bogeys and triple bogeys. Doesn't that aggravate you to get on a club, on a green, finally after 7 shots? And you should have been there in 3. Let's do this and make it fun. So we want to put the ball a little bit forward. We're going to have our weight forward. We're just going to see. How can it get any easier? I'm telling you, it's just a little bit of practice. Go out with 1 bucket of balls. Practice letting the club do the work. Let that wrist hinge work for you. The club head just zips through. You're not trying to force it. This can be so much fun. You're going to love beating everybody. So simple. Forward weight. It's mashed potatoes and butter all day long. You just can't stop to smile. It's great. So, nothing to it. I could show you a lot of other stuff and talk about the math and talk about the angles. It's not that difficult. You're just taking it back with your shoulder and your stomach a little bit. Your core. Your core turns. Let the weight of the club do the work. Just come right with it. That face, hit that ball on that face, it will do the work. So until I see you next time, have fun and never give up.